Hey guys, it's Michael from GuitarGate.com, and I wanted to jump on here and address a point of frustration for a lot of people learning guitar on YouTube. A lot of my students, I've been doing some outreach lately, have asked me why different teachers call different things by different names, and it's confusing for them. Most frequently, it comes down to position and pattern. Now, teachers generally, not just music related, teach the way that they were taught, right? It makes the most sense to them because that's the way they've always done it. That's how their teachers taught them. So while there's no right or wrong way, I'm going to talk about how I was taught and kind of, also touch on how other people explain it just to put it in context so that when you're watching different instructors and learning from different people, as you should, you don't get turned around and confused and frustrated thinking that you're doing one thing when they're actually talking about something else. Now, position is usually on or about wherever your pointer finger, your index finger, is anchored, so the lowest part of the guitar. So say, for example, we're doing a scale, this A minor pentatonic. Now this would be basically fifth position because my pointer finger and my index finger is anchored on or about the fifth fret. I say on or about because there are different scale shapes which kind of wander around. So fifth position doesn't necessarily mean fifth fret. It just means you're on or about that fret as an anchor point for your first finger. So if I were to play that same scale up on the 10th fret, that would be 10th position. So that would be D minor. So now let's talk about pattern number. So pattern number is usually talked about when referred to the CAGED system. For those that aren't familiar, the CAGED system basically breaks down the guitar neck into 5 geometrical shapes. So every chord, every scale, every arpeggio, everything that you're going to learn exists in 5 positions or 5 places. So if you learn those 5 shapes, you can break anything down, no matter how complicated it is, into 5 specific patterns. And if you're not familiar with this concept, I've linked a video in the description where I go over these in detail. But the main point is that each of these shapes is based around an open chord that we all know. So C, A, G, E, and D, the CAGED system. So the way I was taught is CAGED, C, A, G, E, and D shape. C would be pattern 1 because it's the first letter. A would be pattern 2, G is 3, E is 4, D is 5. And to me that makes sense because, it's first, so it should be 1. But that is just the way I was taught at GIT in Hollywood. So, but a lot of teachers start with pattern 4, so the E shape as 1 because it's the most common for guitar players. For example, that A minor pentatonic I was playing before, this is pattern 4, the way I was taught, the E shape, because these are your roots. You have your 6th string, 4th string, 1st string. If you go down to your E major chord, your roots are 6th string, 4th string, 1st string. As you go up, you account for the open string, and so you bar. And so this is your common bar chord with your root on the 6th string shape. So A minor, pentatonic, right? This is pattern 4, the way I was taught. But because this is arguably the most common pattern for guitar players, especially when you're learning, a lot of teachers were taught and do teach to call this pattern 1. So there's no right or wrong way. Just know that with the CAGED system, each shape, it comes from an open chord. Some people call different patterns by different numbers, but the way that I was taught, the way I teach, is that CAGED is 1, or C is 1 because it's the first letter in CAGED. A is 2 because it's the second. There's no right or wrong way. Just when you're watching these videos, just keep in mind that people teach different things, and everybody's out there trying to help. No one's trying to frustrate you out there. So keep at it, and if you like this, Please subscribe. If you want to suggest any video lessons or anything at all, drop it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.